Let's welcome Instagram, welcome Facebook, welcome everybody on Zoom, and let's get started. Man, have you guys had a chance to order your books yet? Because if you haven't had a chance to order your books, you are definitely missing out, like literally, because it's so much good in it. I hope y'all go back and watch the videos so you can see what can you take out of this. And y'all excuse my lighting because again, I'm away in training. So whatever light they got in this hotel, I'm using. And hopefully it does a little bit of justice. But you know, I hope you're able to take some of this and apply it to your life. Anybody did the survey? I mean, oh my God, that survey is so amazing. I hope y'all did your surveys. I hope that the survey is helping you set some goals for your life. I hope that it's helping you get a different perspective on your life as well, too, looking at it and saying, you know, I really do need to make some changes. I don't know about y'all, but that's what it did for me. The survey was like, okay, wake up. You know, I know you got some things going on, but you need to make just a little bit of change, just a little TT. It don't gotta be a whole lot. And it's okay to accept where you starting at. If you're starting at a 1, it's all right. If you're starting at a 5, if you're starting at a 7, it really don't matter as long as you are getting started. So I am just like amazed by how great just a little bit that we've gotten in the study guide in the book has changed my life and help me to have a better perspective. So the study guide is Disruptive Thinking by T.D. Jakes. You can find it on Amazon. And I do this just in case we got somebody new on Instagram, in case anybody new is viewing us on Facebook. If you're watching the replay, you can go to Amazon and get the study guide for $10. We are giving away 2 study guides. You would have to watch video day 1, video day 2, and email 2 things that stood out to you on those videos to WOD 2015 CAMP@gmail.com. And you could be in the drawing for the free study guide. And also, we said, here's a book. The book is Disruptive Thinking by T.D. Jakes. It's also on Amazon, and it is like I believe $18 or at least under $20. And I can't remember y'all what was the challenge to get the free book. Do anybody remember? Y'all drop it in the comment section so y'all can help me out.
I know we had a challenge for the free book. Why we said, oh, if you did the survey, see, thank you, Lord. You always bring it to my remembrance. If you did the survey, you could have even dropped it into the Daily Book Read Facebook group, or you could do the survey and email your answers to wod2015@gmail.com. So if you did the survey, let us know because we're going to give away a drawing for the free book. All right, just want to make sure I get that out there. Now, I hope everybody having a good day on, I call it this Thirsty Thursday because we thirsty for what TD Jake's about to say in this book. I'm stuttering today. And I had no tests today, y'all, in training. It was amazing. All we did was an overview, got logged into a bunch of systems, and it was like beautiful. And if any of y'all looking to advance in your careers or work, of course, y'all know I do like my little side business. Let me tell y'all a little bit about myself, in case you just meet me. My name is Dominique, the Business Prophetess. And so what I do is I take my services and products and I use them as tools to transform people's lives. So I'm a life changer with Total Life and Changes. We do detox tea, we do NutriBurst, NRG. Um, it is amazing. I love this detox tea, y'all. I have incorporated into my daily diet. I take it 30 minutes before I eat. And one thing I like about it is it get all the toxins out of your body. And if you are like backed up and constipated or have indigestions or irritable bowel syndrome, this tea really, really will help you regulate, but it also will help cleanse out your intestinal system. It helps cleanse out your body. So I love this tea. I take it all the time. I'm actually gonna do one now because I always do at least 30 minutes before breakfast. If I do breakfast, that is, or if I do lunch, I'll do 30 minutes before lunch and then 30 minutes before dinner. So this product works. Like one thing about me, if I don't use it, you best believe I ain't finna share it. If it don't work, I'm gonna tell y'all, that stuff don't work. Don't even try it. But this work, I do the tea and I do NRG. The NRG helps with mental clarity and focus. So I do the NRG, it's a natural product. And I also do the NutriBurst. NutriBurst helps with like energy, but it also has like a bunch of liquid vitamins in your body. So that's what I do through Total Life and Changes. And then with Mary Kay, y'all look at my skin. I don't even got to say nothing. I've been in Mary Kay since 2013. My skin glows, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. I ain't got no cha-cha on my skin. So I don't even have to do the whole works. But I've been doing Mary Kay. I've been selling Mary Kay and using Mary Kay since 2013. I believe last year I probably I can no, I don't got my tax record, so I won't lie, but I do pretty good with my Mary Kay. That's all I'm gonna say. Real good. For some of y'all, people be on here trying to all that be and for other purposes. But yeah, try it out. Mary Kay is amazing. Like I've been using it since 2013. It is one of my other resources, one of my other businesses. I love it. And I uh I like to share it. I like to share it with people, help empower women, help them feel good. And then, of course, my homemaker and companion service company, where I'm having to rebuild. So that's what I do. And then I'm in training for another project that I cannot reveal right now because I still got a couple of more classes that I have to take before I am officially completed. So when I am completed, I will share that other walk with me. But if you are somebody who have a GED, high school diploma, and you're looking to take a big leap in your career, please reach out to me to WOD 2015 CAMP@gmail.com. Please reach out to me because this is like a really great opportunity. And I'll be more than happy to share with you and help walk you through the steps so that you can step into it and get you some of those dollars that is out there for you. So anyway, moving along, study guide. Y'all want to start with a study? No, let's go in the book. Let's go in the book. Chapter 2. So we're on page 39. Page 39, we're starting at you can accumulate all the riches in the world, but still not feel like you matter. That is really what we all are seeking, to prove to ourselves that we matter. But you see, already in the beginning, I like how he put that. That's really what we all are seeking, to prove to ourselves. Like, that's so powerful. That may come from the satisfaction we get taking care of an old lady or a needy child. It can come from a vast varieties of sources, from many different actions, in many ways. I'm still taking care of my father a half a century after he died. I do that by trying to take care of everybody around me, everybody in my preview. That's what drives me. How I tell myself I matter. And this is so like profound because one of the ladies in my training class, she asked a question. She was like, how do I look? Like, how do you see me? Because she said, I'm not gonna reveal her name, but she was like, her mom always used to say she looked like a certain way. And she wondered if that's how people view her when they saw her, because she didn't want people to have that particular perspective of her. So I told her, I said, what I teach my children is what you say to you is what matter most. People are going to always have their own opinion, they view, you know, trying to find something flawed about you, whatever, to try to label you. But what you say to yourself matters before anybody else. When you wake up in the morning, and I told her, I said, when you wake up in the morning, you look in that mirror and you tell yourself that you are beautiful and wonderfully made. Girl, you got it going on. You working hard and you're looking good and you're doing good while you're looking good. As I try to tell her, how to encourage herself. That way, if you walk up there and somebody else be like, you looking like a bitch or you looking like a hot mess, you don't got to worry about what else they got to say because you already know within yourself how you feel about yourself. And everything else that they have to say is extra. Right? When I post something on Facebook, I like my post first. And I don't care if nobody else don't like it. But I know for me, I'm gonna hit that like button, or sometimes I give myself a heart. I put my own heart on it. So if you ever look at one of my posts and you see where it shows me liking it first or me putting a heart first, that's because I am my first like. And what I say to me is gonna matter before what somebody else says to me. So I had to share that with her because she was like, how do I look? Like worrying about, you know, other people perspective of her. So I like when he said that's what drives him. How I tell myself that I matter. Try that. Tell yourself in the mirror in the morning, you matter. God created me for a purpose. I matter. In spite of who don't like it and who don't accept me, I matter. And you do too. I have a friend whose brother was murdered in Washington, D.C. Now, my friend is raising his brother's son, and it's amazing to witness the person he has become because nobody needs him. He matters. On the surface, it may seem as if the pursuit of this disruption and transformation would look different to someone in a poor, marginal community as compared to someone in a upper class community. After all, the wealthy person already has everything they need, right? Well, that's the case only if you believe that economy and money are the substruction of transformation. I'm here to tell you that they are not, which is good because let me tell you, I remember I told y'all I had to ride down and go and try to search for that check that they mailed me. Well, finally, they finally mailed it late. I got there, got the check, tried to do the little e-posit. Bank failed the e-posit. And I was like, dang, for some reason, I just can't, this check just need to be released. you know? So, because this was my spending money, like release the check. And so Had to go do a redeposit again, then they put it on hold. So wow, all of that for me to still not have access to that funds. Now I got some funds, but I wanted access to all the funds. Like I earned it. But it's all good. But that money thing is in early 2022, I spoke at a mega conference of high network individuals created by a billionaire entrepreneur. Attendees had to pay upward of $30,000 to get into the conference, and it sold out. To listen online cost was $1,000 in my neck of the woods. That's pretty high cotton. The speaker who went before me was a former president. My host had asked me to speak on the topic of one of my books, Don't Drop the Mic, about the power of communication. I started out talking about the importance of communication in business and in relationship, but I moved into a much more personal realm for the attendees. You came here to learn how to make a lot of money, but what's good is the money if you don't have peace? I asked the crowd. There is no difference between being suicidal in a ghetto and being suicidal in a mansion. The abundance of things we possess is not what gives us tranquility. Ha ha, I got that one right. So, when we start comparing poor communities, middle class communities, and upper class communities, and wondering whether the wealthy folks actually need disruption and transformation, I say that none of us is exempt from having something we want to transform in our lives. Wow, so true. The things we need may be different, although often they are not. Everybody has some kind of poverty. Too many of us have been brainwashed to think if we have things, we don't have pain. That's not true at all. Sometimes you have more problems, more stress, more fears, more anxieties, and anorexiety, bill minimum, depression. Rich people have problems just like everybody else. They just live in a better house. When our security figure that out and stop being mad at them for being rich, I think that word is society, y'all. The context clues get me every time I mispronounce a word. When our society figure out when our society figure that out and stops being mad at them for being rich, we can connect on the bridge of human experiences. Real wealth is affirmation, affection, humanity, and brotherhood. And to me, those are all words of community. And a lot of our people don't like to work together. They're always on proven grounds that I could do it better than you. And that's sad because that's a trait that we need. Like unity is power. We are more powerful together than we are apart. But it is so hard to get our people to work together. I don't know why. Like it's just sad. It's sad. It's sad because affirmation, affection, humanity, brotherhood, all that is community. And that's what we need. It's the look in your eyes when you look at me and the look in my eyes when I look at you. Those things transcend plan and barriers. Yes, poor people need to not be marginalized and to be transformed economically, but when they get there to economic stability, they're going to find out that they still need to be transformed sociologically, psychologically, and emotionally, or even spiritually. So he said, even if you get all the money in the world, you still got to be transformed sociologically, knowing the proper conversations to have, because you might only know how to talk on a level of the area and environment for what you grow up on. But if you get around a more elite person, you will see that the conversations are different. Like I remember in some of the training that I took in our marketing training, like the language that a lot of people, poor people have, are not the same conversations that wealthy people have. Like poor people might talk about what they don't have. Wealthy people talking about the next move they about to make. So it's a difference. And being disruptive in your thinking also changes your conversation too, because you're no longer complaining about the things that don't work. You're trying to figure out a plan that can make something happen. And so sociological, psychological, and emotional or spiritual. And I guess that's where a lot of the meditations come in at. And that can be just as hard and painful. None of us escape this journey. Disruption is necessary for the women who have been beaten over the head with a skillet. I ain't that woman, but shouts out to her. If you're going through that, please reach out to me. We'll definitely help you in Women of Discipline Deliverance Ministry. For the man whose wife is searching through his phone, disruption became necessary to be free of all territories, foreign or domestic. You can have domestic tourism not only in your country, but in your house, on your job, in your life. And the fact that you make 1 million a month doesn't mean you're not terrorized. When I broke that down to the wealthy crowd of influencers at the mega conference, the whole place crumbled. I could see them capsulate into tears because they knew that they were suffering and they knew that I knew it. I don't have the money that they have, but I have enough money to know that money doesn't fix pain. Hashtag that. Hashtag money doesn't fix pain. Ooh, we're all still human. You can't crawl into a bed and cover yourself with your money to protect you. Money can't hold your hand when they lower your mama into a grave. When the doctor comes into a room to tell you your baby died, or being rich doesn't make you feel any better. But we have glamorized success and wealth to the point where people are walking around thinking that those who have success and wealth don't have any problems. We're all human. We can't escape our skin. We all clay. This is about your tunerum and fitting in and being accepted and not saying anything to get you tossed overboard. So, I mean, wow. Some points that I highlight that we can connect on a bridge of human experience, and real wealth is affirmation. So, if you want to write that down, it's a real good point. Real wealth is affirmation, affection, humanity, and brotherhood. That was a good point that he made. And then another good point. But when they get there to economy stability, they're going to find out that they still need to be transformed sociologically, physic, phys- sociologically, psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually. And guys, you can use that survey and say, hey, in the past 5 years, Where do I think I am on a scale of 1 to 10 sociologically? How well do I social with others or connect with others? On a scale of 1 to 10, that survey that we had, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being unsatisfied, 10 being extremely satisfied. On a scale of 1 to 10, where do I believe I am at psychologically? On a scale of 1 to 10, where am I at emotionally? On a scale of 1 to 10, where am I at spiritually? Because all these things matter. God wants us to be in sync, body, soul, and spirit. You know, He don't want your body just to be looking good and your soul all jacked up and your spirit ain't even get started yet. But really, you're supposed to be led by the spirit. But you can do an evaluation so you can know where are you starting. And this is something that you don't have to go to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, not knocking a psychiatrist or a psychologist or a therapist or a counselor, but you could do this in the comfort of your own home. Use that same skill. 1, being totally unsatisfied. 10, being totally satisfied. On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you think you are socially? How well do you socialize with people? How well do you connect with people? Where do you think you at psychologically? Your psyche, your mind, how you think, your mental. Where do you think you're at on a scale of 1 to 10? Where do you think you're at emotionally? How do you process? How do you deal with certain situations and circumstances? Where do you think you're at spiritually? Where are you at spiritually? Do you even tap into your spiritual life? Because that's what's going to really elevate you, because you're becoming to know who you are as a being. Where are you at spiritually? So all this matters. And what he's saying is, money answer all things. So I see money as a tool. I love what I can do with money. I don't love money, but I love what I can do with it, because I can do a lot of things. I can help people. You can be more effective if you have the resources to be effective. So, but what he's saying is, if you're searching money for some sense of gratification, you will see that even when you get the money, there's still other things you got to work on. So just because you see somebody that's wealthy or doing better than you, don't mean that they don't have issues or they don't have problems too, because they might got a whole lot of money, but their mind might be jacked up and they got to go see the psychiatrist or the psychologist, or they might got a whole lot of money, but they don't know how to process emotionally. They're looking good and being all happy around you, but when they get home, they having suicidal thoughts and wanting to take themselves out. Or they might not be good sociologically. They might be good, working in their company, working in their business, but they ain't got no friends when they get at home. They ain't good with socializing with nobody when they by themselves. You just see them and they work or whatever. Spiritually, they might be jacked up. They might not even be connected to a creator or have a higher power or whatever. They might not even believe that there is one. So, it's just, we all have something that we're facing, is the point that he's trying to make. So don't think that, because a person appears to be in a higher state than you, that they are. And so I thought that was some really good points. Let's see, where do we stop off at? Because we got to get a stopping point. Let's see, you may have many opportunities to disrupt your life. Did we go over there? No, we didn't go over there yet. Wear all clay. This is about your tuner and fitting in and being accepted and not saying anything to get you tossed overboard. So we're gonna, let's see, we might can finish up. We ain't got but 2 pages left and we still got a little bit of time. You have many opportunities to disrupt your life to get the things you need, but your money isn't going to acquire them for you. Wow. I mean, I wish I could just run past that. But how many people believe that for so many years? That the reason why I don't have a sense of gratification or reach the level that I know I have the potential for, because I just don't have enough money. I know it's a lot of people that have that mindset. I can't get this because I don't have enough money. I'm not able to do this because I don't have enough money. I can't make this happen because I don't have enough money. I know that has been a lot of people's story. You have many opportunities to disrupt your life to get the things you need, but your money isn't going to acquire them for you. Neither are fame, beauty. Some of the most confused people I've ever met were the most beautiful people, so fine that I looked at them and wonder what it would be like to be that darn fine. Just wake up in the morning, fine. Ain't brush no teeth, fine. Then I got to know them and found out they don't feel any different from the way I feel. And sometimes worse. I'm telling you, be pretty. I'm talking about fine.com, but be battling with the demons. Oh God, they be look good, taking all the Snapchat and all the Instagram and all the Facebook, Gucci down. But when they get by themselves suicidal, seriously, now, like I said, if you are dealing with suicidal thoughts, please reach out. Please reach out. I've had both men and women tell me that their looks are all that everyone sees. All of these experiences have let me know quite clearly that pain is not prejudice. It attacks everyone. And the Bible says that there's no temptation that is taken, but such that is common unto man. Everybody, whether you believe in God or not, whether you got a spiritual life or not, there's going to be much trials and tribulation. Everybody's going to experience something that may cause trauma, something that may cause pain. It's part of life. But the thing is, having the proper tools you need to process through that and not throw it in a box and hide it in a storage closet and then it start coming out in all the wrong areas of your life, like at your job or in your company or in your new marriage that you just got. Remember, I talked about how I went into my marriage very young and I had daddy issues that wasn't dealt with, which made the marriage a lot toxic. Maybe some counseling before the marriage would have been a little better. You know what I'm saying? But we just living in the moment. So why do we need disruptive now? Because we're all infected with different kinds of trauma. I'm trauma certified too. So if you're dealing with trauma, reach out to me. I completed the class and got certified. So I am officially certified to show you how to cope and deal with your trauma and your trigger points. Herein lies and brotherhood of humanity. No tribe in the world has escaped it. We are desperately in need of something to be solved inside or outside. Amen to that. We all are desperately need and something that needs to be solved inside or outside. The furnace urgency of now may not be an alarm from the outside. It may be an alarm from the inside. It may be an alarm in your marriage. It may be an alarm in your behavior. It may be an alarm in your addiction or your drinking or your neurosis or your gambling. It may be something you're sick of, that your urgency is not always about changing the world. It starts with changing your world. Hashtag that. Working on you. I'm telling you, it starts with changing your world. And then hopefully, one change at a time, we can change our world. But it doesn't happen until you get a grip on your world. Because isn't that all that really matters to you at the end of the day? Before we grab the lofty notion of changing the political system and the housing system and the banking system, let's change the atmosphere in your house. Bam, wet towel. Let's work on you. Like I said, I ain't got time to worry about the haters because I'm working on me. They can say what they want to say about me. Because while they talking about me, God is elevating me. But working on me, changing your world. Like that whole paragraph on page 42 is a powerful paragraph. It is a powerful paragraph because it's really just helping you to be introspective, saying, what do I need to change about myself? What do I need to work on with, like, what about me I need to work on? Because people, let me tell you something. People are attracted to you becoming. A lot of people are waiting on you to become because as they see you become, you also shine as a light. And when you shine as a light, now they start believing if she can work on her and become a better person, or if he can work on him and become a better person, I could do it too. And now you a beacon of hope. And now you are somebody light in their dark and tormented place where they feel like, I just can't get over this. Listen, if any of you guys, I've been through a lot. Divorce, I've been through trauma, I've been through abuse. Like it is, I've been through a lot. And so I can tell you, you can make it. You can survive it. You can come through it. It's not the end. You might have to get a little counseling. You might have to do a little therapy. You might even have to get a little spiritual counsel. But you can make it. You can make it. It's not the end. So don't end your ending because it's not the end. Let's take more baths in soothing waters and play soft music and light candles. Perhaps your peace comes from a meditative moment on the back porch and a transformative hour of listening to the crickets as the sun set. Let's be peace riding with appreciation so that when we do get ready to be innovated, we have something to spend because the bankruptcy of the soul is when more is going out and then what's coming in. So, in other words, making sure that you spend that time with yourself, pour into yourself. Guys, I love reading these books because it's pouring into me. And I share the experience with y'all because I'm putting something in my account like, because people come and they withdraw and they withdraw and they withdraw. And I always say, God, let my cup overflow so that they can catch the overflow so that I can use what's inside the cup. But you got to put something in your cup. We have to be very intentional about keeping our emotional checkbook balance. Amen to that. Woo, that's powerful. Making sure you ain't in a negative. Because people don't care if you're in a negative, man. They'll come and draw from your negative account. Girl, I just had a bad day. I doing bad, man. I things rough. And they want you to come down and say things rough too. But if you account full, I'm sorry to hear that. But God is good. Let me help you out, sister. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to fill your account, fill your emotional checkbook. Like I told that girl, she was like, you know what, I wonder what other people think. I'm like, girl, you better get in that mirror and encourage yourself. You gotta get in that mirror and build yourself up in the most holy faith. Like you gotta have them conversations with yourself. People be throwing them blows. You know, they say sticks and stones wouldn't break my bones, but words will never hurt you. That's a lie. Straight from the pits of hell. Because they be throwing them words and the words come through straight like bullets. And it pierces if you ain't shield up. So it's easy to write more checks than you can deposit. Disruptive thinking means we have to be purposeful about allowing people into our life that feed us, not just need us. That's right. I'm telling you. Because if you around everybody in room, you really gotta get you some new friends, some new associates. We can't keep feeding if we can't keep eating. We're going to go bankrupt. Disruptive thinking shatters the norm of what we need. That's why it is so personal. My wife may not be what you need. Your wife may not be what I need. You may need more space. I may need less. This is tolerated design. Success to me is when what I envision in my head appear in the front of my eyes. The outer works of the internal when the joy of my life starts with a concept in my head and I watch the incorporated and develop in the front of my eyes until it mirrors what I saw in my head. Whether it's a message or a moment or a business deal or a community building, I guess that was supposed to be building because they got community build, or getting one of my kids to be what I thought they could be. Disruptive thinking for each of us is personal, specific, individually transformative. Let's take that disruptive thought now. We have officially finished chapter 2. Woo-hoo! And I hope you guys got some good points out of it. And I will come on tomorrow. No. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm going home. So I will come on Monday and we will finish chapter 2 study guide. And then Tuesday, we'll jump right into chapter 3. Guys, go back, watch the replays over and over again so that you can get something good out of this to apply your life. The only purpose of me starting this group, daily book read group, is to share my experience with y'all, hoping that you can obtain some knowledge to apply to your life so that you can grow and advance on earth as it is in heaven. It don't make no point for us to stay stagnant. We have so much access to resources where we can bring about a change in our own lives, and it can catch fire and bring about a change in somebody else's life, and all of us can get together and the world can begin to change. Guys, quit sitting around debating about it. Do something about it. Have a great and amazing day. Love you guys. See y'all Monday.